So it may be cold in most of the parts of America, especially in California right now, but we all know that the summer is coming, and with the summer, high heat. Today we're going to take a look at something that will help you out during outages or any kind of emergencies during your summer months, and it's got a bunch of features to it, as well as just being a darn good fan. Let's check it out. So you may be living in an area where the last thing you're thinking about right now is being cold. All right. I know parts of the West are covered in snow right now, and it's still the middle of winter, essentially. Yeah, we got a little bit more till spring starts. But remember the other day when I said about buying things off season, this is a really good example. Being that it's almost summer, and for sure we know there's going to be outages here and there, or possibly some kind of major SHTF that takes all the power out. This is something I think you're going to want, okay? With higher temps, at least in my area, all right, having something like this to cool you off is a matter of life or death. I mean, out here, it gets hot. This is the desert. So if you live in an area where you need to stay cool, this may be just for you. It is adjustable. It is a oscillating fan, so it will move. It's extremely high powered. I was kind of shocked at how much power this little thing puts out. It is a battery bank as well, 20,000 milliamp hour battery bank, and it can charge things, and it has lights. So this is another one of those prepper devices that has a bunch of features in it that are kind of handy. Now, of course, you should always have a power station. You should always have maybe a power brick for your phone. But in an emergency, having that ability to charge your phone or your devices, your ham radio stuff, really handy. Okay, so we're going to take a look at this. This does have a timer function as well. But the first feature of this I want to tell you about is the oscillating fan. Now, this does move from side to side. You can adjust it up or down, however you want. They call it a floor fan. The reason I picked it up is because I want to be able to put this right in front of, say, my little portable air conditioner that I can run on a generator, and it'll blow the cool air out from it. So maybe I'll push it up like that, stick it on top of the cooler, and have it blow out. Also, too, if you have an evaporative cooler, like a swamp cooler, this can do the same thing. It can push that cold air out further. And it's got quite a fan on it. As a matter of fact, I'm going to have to kind of point it downward because I don't want it to get into the microphone and make wind noise. Now, the fan does feature a brushless motor and a dual fan blade design, which increases the airflow and quickly cools down anywhere you want to do. You have 4 speeds on it. Really high quality battery, okay, 20,000 milliamp hours. It can run for a really long time. They say 72 hours at its lowest speed, and it can be fully charged in about 9 to 10 hours. This was down when I got it to 25%. Last night when I went to bed around 11, I plugged it in. I woke up this morning and it was charged. So I don't know how long it took because I didn't time it, but it did charge fairly quickly. Basically, an overnight charge and you're good to go. Another neat feature of this is the fact that it has lights, okay? So I can turn on the lights, and they're adjustable to any kind of color you'd need. You have a low light, a high light, that kind of yellowish light, the very bright white light if you need something lit up really well. So it does have that. And the lights can be moved any way you want. This way, up or down. Again, very handy. During a power outage, you're going to need to be cool. You're also going to need light. So, hey, now you got the best of both worlds right there. It does come with a remote. I don't know if I'm going to be able to pick it up and show you. The remote is stored in the fan, so you won't lose it if you're not using it. It slides right in there. So this remote, there will be a little bit of plastic in here you have to pull out and open up. This remote will control the fan completely. And back here is your charging port. That's where you're going to charge it from. And that's where you're going to insert your plug for any kind of other devices you need to charge. Now, of course, this won't power up a huge power station. If you have a tablet that maybe you're watching the local weather forecast on, if you need to charge up one of your handheld radios, this is perfect for it. So let's flip it around like that. And let me point it downward a little bit. And we'll get it going with the fan. I want to show you the fan first. There we go. Okay, there you go. Low, medium. Keep pointing it the wrong direction. A little bit higher. A little bit higher. And there's your highest speed. So it's definitely putting out a ton of air. Hopefully it's not blowing into the microphone. I don't feel the air coming up this way. But it's definitely putting out a bunch of air. Now, if I want this thing to oscillate, I can hit the button over here on the side to make it move side to side. Right there. Okay. And now it's blowing on me. It's kind of cold because it's cold out here this morning. But it's definitely doing its job. And if I need light, I can also do that really easily. Just turn on the lights, and as you can see, it's got a bunch of different lighting options for anything you need. So definitely very, very handy. 270 degree rotating. It does have a hook on the bottom. We'll show you that in a second when I turn it off. It does have a hook on the bottom, so this can be inverted and hung upside down from, say, a ceiling or something. Right under here. And it is a sturdy, decent hook. And again, that is adjustable as well. So you can move it any way you want. So that is adjustable as well. And you got that hook on the bottom, and you got a nice sturdy handle on top to carry it around. This is a beefy fan. It's got a good bit of weight to it. So it's not going to get knocked over easily or blown away easily, because the base, most of the weight for the battery is in the base itself. So what I want to do is let this run for a bit. We're going to take a reading on the inside of the blades here first, and it's kind of cold out here in the 60s, I would say, in my garage. We're going to take a reading on the inside, then we're going to let it run for a while and take a reading, see how it cools down, and then I want to test the lights out in complete darkness. So let's get this thing up here. Let me get my thing ready to go, and we'll test it out. All right, so we're going to test out the temperature at the center here on what looks like a Chevy logo. Okay. And it's showed about 65 degrees. So let's turn it on. And I want to get it to its highest speed. Okay. There we go. And we're going to let this run for a minute, and then we're going to try out the temperature gun on it and see if it cools it down somewhat. I'm telling you right now, the air here is really, really cool. So the more it blows, the cooler it will get. So let's give this a few minutes, bring you back, and we'll try it out then. Now again, I have this pointed down so it doesn't blow on the camera and on the microphone. We're going to point it at this bottom piece here. There we go. And I'm already showing it down a degree, 64. Let's point it on the table, 64.6. So it's definitely cooling things off. It's down a degree already. And that's just from like a minute of running. Now what I want to do is take this over to the other side and show you the light on this, because the light's pretty impressive. It's rather bright. So let's bring it over to the other side, turn off all the lights, and see how bright that light is. All right, complete darkness, other side of the room here. Let's point that there. And that is on the lowest setting. That's on the yellow, and that's on the bright white, and that's both combined. So you get a kind of natural light with that. It's more than enough light. Again, my camera doesn't really do it justice. Let me bring it forward here because I don't want to stand in front of it. But it's more than enough light to function by, definitely. So let's pop through the light modes again here. I got to point it at it. So here's your low, medium, medium, high, and then we go all of them right there. So it's definitely bright enough to function with. You can see what you're doing anywhere. Very, very easy to carry around with you as well. So definitely bright enough. All right, let's put it back on the table and wrap up the video. Now, aside from the remote, this does have all of its controls right on the front here. You have your oscillation control here, up or down. Okay. And it will stop oscillating when you hit that, so you may have to put it back into where you want it to be when you stop it. We'll put it back straight again. This is your fan control here for high, low, medium. These are your lights, okay? Right there. And of course your clock timer here, there's your 1 hour, 2 hours, 4 and 8 hours. And it will automatically shut off when those are pushed. So all in all, definitely cool. Now if you don't want the LEDs, you can turn off the LEDs with this switch here. I was wrong, I thought that was your sleep. That's your sleep. You can turn off all your LEDs here. So if they're annoying to you and you don't want them on at night, you can turn them off with that. Okay, let's back up. I'll give you the price on it. So all in all, I think it's a very valuable purchase for those of you that live in climates where you need to stay cool. Out here, my house, gosh, I forget, a couple years ago, we lost air conditioning during a very hot heat wave kind of whole weekend. And of course, we lose it Friday night at like 5 o'clock. And the whole weekend, nobody could come out and get to us because they were already swamped with everybody else's air conditioners being down. So I was able to use a fan along with a little window unit and run my AC that way. Didn't cool it down very well, but before I did, it got up to 115 in the house. So it's definitely something out here where it's a matter of life or death. You really can end up getting heat stroke from being in your house too long out here. So something like this is definitely handy for those kind of situations. Awesome light. Again, a multi-use product. It can do a whole lot of things, you know. And a lot of people say, well, it can do a whole lot of things, but not that good. Well, I'll tell you what, the light's good enough for me. The fan works awesome. And if I need to charge something, it can do it that too. So really can't complain about it. All in all, it's really neat. I actually did try to charge a little handheld, my little Baofeng handheld with it, and it charges it up fine. So all in all, I'm really liking it. The price on it, $48.99. Now remember, I have a 5% discount code right down there in the description along with the link to the product. You can save 5% by using my code VEVOR Sales, and you'll be able to save a little bit of money on that. So definitely check that out. The link will be directly to it on VEVOR. By the way, that 5% code is good for anything on the site. So if you see something else you like, you'll still get your 5% discount on it. I thank you guys for hanging out with me today. Like I said, links will be down below for that. Don't forget that when you're down there to check out all our other links. We have our Amazon affiliate store. Again, if you want to help out the channel, just bookmark that link and use it every time you go shopping on Amazon. You don't have to buy anything in the store. Just go to my store and then search for what you want. Below that, our freeze-dried wholesalers link. Now, like I always say, that link will save you 15% on anything on Freeze-Dried Wholesaler's site. You don't need any codes or anything. You click the link and then you shop. Once you're done shopping, you'll see it line up there with your code at the end and my 15% discount in the corner. So you'll be able to save a ton of money on that. I've had people buy lots of stuff, and I know it sounds corny, but the more you shop, the more you save on it. So I've had people save $400 and $500 shopping using my link. So definitely check it out. Below that, our My Patriot Supply link. We got amazing good deals on that link. And again, if you don't like what's on the page, if you see that and you're like, I don't really need another 4 weeks worth of food, or I don't need this or that, you can click the logo up top and go into their main site. There's tons more gear in there from My Patriot Supply. The link for that is preparewithiridium.com, preparewithiridium.com. Below that, Thrive Life Freeze-Dried Food Store. Don't forget, Thrive has meals now. So you can order home-cooked meals ready to go. Now, Thrive also sells individual ingredients, so you can cook with it as well. I thank you guys for hanging out with me today. Stay safe and stay prepared.